Dream Achievers team rise each morning with a purpose in our hearts. Those Kia Caves, those mothers, every dreamer at the start. Taking small steps that lead to bigger plans. Melody uplifting bright. Lyrics know how. We are rising, shining brighter every day. Using our gifts in our own special way. Stay at home of leaders, dreamers. This is our time. We dream achievers, together we move forward, together we climb. We dream achievers. Rise and shine. We dream achievers.
Yes, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And the reason I said those different times is because we are going to talk to you and we are going to be speaking to you from different time zones. Today, we have a very beautiful topic that we are bringing to you, and it's actually what I believe is in line with the times we are living in now. So, what do I mean? I'm talking about finances, talking about incomes. Why do we need incomes? Why do we need additional incomes, even if you have one? Why do you? Why must you have other sources of income streams? To everybody, that question has a different answer, even though the base of it is the same thing. But when you deep down, you dig deep, you will see that everybody have different reasons why they want something extra. So today we'll be having a discussion, and hopefully we are going to be dealing with it. And like you can see from my screen, I am not alone. I'm here with my co-business owners, and I want to start from one person. There's only one obvious person I want to start from today is the latest coach in the house, Coach Doris. Please, can you kindly introduce yourself, and congratulations once again on becoming a coach in our business.
Thank you so much, Bro Mike, for this opportunity you've given to me. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to your time zone. We are back again with Dream Achievers with another amazing topic. As Bro Mike has already mentioned the topic, yes. Doris, originally from Nigeria. For those that are joining us for the first time, I'm based in Ireland. I'm a mom of three, a digital business mentor, and a coach. Yes, I am here to support those stay-at-home mom and working professionals that are looking for a way to supplement their income. I guide them all the way through. Sit back with your drink and your popcorn. We'll be back. Thank you so much, Mike. I hand over to you.
Thank you very much, and sorry for the technical issues there. We are live, so that is why. I will quickly just drop down to Belgium, and I invite Sister Salome. Very quickly introduce yourself to our viewers today.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Greetings from my side to your side. My name is still remains Salome Otisi. I'm a mother of beautiful 4 children, originally from Nigeria, a healthcare worker by profession, and also a proud digital business owner. And also, helping people that need extra income and people that want to build freedom and time freedom and financial freedom. I help them to achieve their dreams. Thank you so much for joining. And hear what we'll bring for you today. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you very much, Salome. We'll move back to Ireland. Sorry, let's go to Ireland because there's another coach there. And this one is special because this is my cousin, Coach Vera. Kindly introduce yourself and
Thank you so much, sir. And good evening, everybody. My name is Vera. I am originally from Nigeria. I'm a mom of 6 beautiful children, married, living here in the Republic of Ireland. Of course, I'm a digital business coach and mentor. I help people, who want to supplement their income or wants to replace their income, or those who just want something that they can do on the side, something legitimate. So we teach them, we coach them, and of course, we plug them into our system so that they can be like us, earning from the side, even while you're doing what you're doing. Sit back and enjoy this topic with us today. Over to you, Brother Mike.
thank you very much. And last but not the least, is that the right word? I'm not sure anymore. Huh? Yeah. So let's call on Sister Sheila from the United Kingdom to kindly introduce herself.
Thank you so much, Brother Michael. Hello, everyone, once again. I'm glad to be here once again. My name is Sheila, the face behind Sheila's Digital Marketing. Proud mother of 4, a Ghanaian but living in the UK, a healthcare assistant, and also a proud digital business owner and a mentor. So stay tuned and we will be with you shortly. Back to you, Brother Michael.
Thank you very much. Now, let's talk about this. Why do we need additional income? Or what are the reasons why we need additional income? We are going to try to discuss, we'll be civil about it today. We'll try to talk about this. And like I said earlier, everybody have different reasons why they need additional income. I have a different need. As a man, as a father, as a football lover, and as a football coach, I have different needs. I just got back from the meeting and we're talking about football, the kids' development, and I'm speaking to all the boys, and I'm thinking different things for them. I'm thinking, what can we do? What can I do to help them be better tomorrow? Obviously, most of those things involve finances, but I'm not going to dwell on this alone. I want to quickly bring in Coach Vera to throw some light into this. We'll be talking about this generally today. So give the light from your own perspective, Coach Vera. Why do you think income?
Yeah, thank you very much, Brother Mike. For so many of us, just like Brother Mike has said, we have our reasons for needing the extra income, right? And I personally believe that for me, the reason I need this extra income, in fact, the reason I stopped with this business is that I used to work in a healthcare, as a healthcare assistant, and of course my husband was also working, and then we have 6 children here and everything. So being that I work, I remember there was a time where I stopped working at my own main job, so I still had my my agency job at the time. Okay, so imagine that situation where I have my husband who was actually working, but at the same time his job was not actually, I would say it was so secure, because anything could happen. He works in warehouse and everything, anything could happen, and then God forbid that is not our portion. But at the same time, we have to sometimes put the reality in front of us, and that will kind of help us to plan and help us to to push us to really do the right thing if eventuality happen. I remember personally there was a time I imagined the worst scenario. I know for so many of us, especially those of us who are Christians, we used to, it's not a portion in Jesus' name, and I pray so too. But in reality, okay, imagine if I had not had this job, this business, right, and I just had that my agency job where I can only get paid if I go to work, and my husband has a job that should anything happen, then it was not even permanent at the time, right? It was not even permanent at the time. But then, at the same time, he, if anything happens at that very moment, what was going to be our fate? Okay. To me, we have 6 children here. We have bills to pay. We have people back home who are looking to us. In fact, I couldn't just even imagine where to start with that. So I think this is where the business actually became, a peace of mind, for me personally, because it gave me that choice. Okay. It gave me that choice, not just to be serious about the business and then, begin to rake up the way other people are raking up in the business. Okay, so imagine if you have been working very, very hard for so many years. Okay, there's a limit to what you can earn. That is the truth. There is a limit to what you can earn. Okay, let's assume that nothing has happened to both of us, right? But we are working, and the fact that we are paying bills here, we have other things, we have other plans, and should somebody come crying to us that they need financial assistance, we can't help. We can't help at all because our income is capped. Because when you are working for somebody, your income is capped. That is the problem that a lot of us, or maybe the situation a lot of us are in, today, where you probably be surprised that you will go and meet your fellow, your uncle, your auntie, your brother, your sister, who you think is doing very well. Maybe they live in a big house, they have a very big car, and you think they are manager at a particular, a place of work. And when you go to them and you ask for arms, you ask for assistance, financial assistance, they will tell you they don't have. But most of the time, you would think these people are just being stingy. But the truth is that they may have actually planned their, finances for the next 1 year, because they know that within that 1 year, there's no increase anywhere. It's capped, right? And as a result of that, they cannot really give out from that. Some, they even have to even give deep into whatever savings they have for other things to help. But other times when they come to tell you that they don't have, you would think that they are being stingy. No, it is not. It is just because the cost of living, keeps rising, and unexpected, expenses, cannot be, welcomed, cannot be accommodated, for these people. Especially when you know that you have, when you're living abroad, like, if it is back home, as so there's a way we can actually do it, because when you have your home back, your own home back home, for many of us, we don't build our homes, with mortgage. We don't build it with borrowed money. It is either yours or you are renting, right? But at the same time, here you will see somebody who is a homeowner but has a mortgage for another 20 years to pay. And should that person, not pay their mortgage, they're going to be losing their home. So that is already a problem. So when you this, this side hustle, when you have this business, especially this business of this our business type, where you can do it alongside what you have without it interjecting the others, without it disrupting the other, because this business works out with your schedule, right? So when you have it and it is great, even if you don't need it at that time, a time will come you're going to need it. Okay, what about even if you let's talk about the eventuality that I brought in earlier on. If that happens, you know that before you can get back on your feet again, you don't have to worry. You have peace of mind because you know that you have this thing that you're already growing on the side. Or should you retire, either early or you retire at the right time, you know that you didn't have to stress yourself. You didn't have to, to deprive yourself of something. I've seen a lot of people who deprive themselves because they are saving towards their retirement. When eventually, actually, we don't even know what our retirement is going to look like. We don't know what is going to be our health situation before we get to retirement. We don't even know if we're even going to get there in the first place. We don't even know if we're even going to retire with the same company that we're at, working with. So as a result of that, if you have this and then you have something to fall back on, it is a very good thing to have. And, at this point, I'm going to leave this, at this level so that my other colleagues can actually talk about, their own opinions and points as well. Over to you, Brother Esosa. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We are going to keep remain on the topic, and I'm not going to have to ask many questions. I'm just going to quickly move over to Sister Sheila. What is your opinion about this topic? What do you think? Why do you need additional income? Because like maybe Vera named or mentioned some things just now. I'm thinking in Swedish again. She mentioned some things just now. It's very obvious that for some people, so many people, like my colleagues at my 9 to 5, especially the ones who are Swedish born, you see the focus is when I go on pension, when I go on pension, everything they do is geared towards that. Because of the traditions here, it's not really where the tradition like we have that your brother, your sister, your nieces and nephews can call on you and say, "Oh, I have this need," and you are not forced but obliged to help if you can. Here it's more like, oh, my grandchildren, okay, my retirement. I want to have a good life when I go on retirement. I want to be able to indulge my grandchildren, not my children, not the children, but the grandchildren. So you see, that is their focus. Some of them, when they do extra hours, you see, they put the time away. They don't take the card. They just leave the time there, let it be lumping up. So when they go on vacation, on pension, actually one of them, the day he left for pension, he has so much time that he could actually get paid monthly for another 1 year before to be able to expound the time he has saved over the years. He did that because of his children, did that because of his pension, not because he needed the extra cash. So, Sister Sheila, what is your take about this topic of discussion today?
Thank you so much, Brother Michael. This is very interesting. Like my wonderful coach said, if you are working in with agency, which I have been before, and I remember myself like a whole month, no shifts. You are used to maybe being paid every week, like me. Others, some have the 2 weeks. So I was used to like weekly payments, and finding yourself not being paid for a whole month, not thinking of the bills that you are going to pay. You have families at home. To me, I've got my parents alive and they are there. They depend on me as the oldest child. Also, I've got nephews and nieces. There are times that you just feel like just support them willingly. And for a whole month, nothing coming in, no income, because you are working with agency. Not to talk of maybe you have your main job, but because of sickness, you are not able to go. Because you are healed, you are not able to go. Even think about the sick pay that you will get for a week. Will you be able to pay your bills? I've been there before. Because I was working with agency, I wasn't entitled to any sick pay. I was entitled to the hours I work and what I will be paid. So in actual fact, I was exchanging hours for time and money at the same time. Find yourself in this situation without any backup plan. Brother, sister, depending on one income is very, very risky. Because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, like our coach said. You don't even know, or you are not even sure whether you get to your retirement, okay, in good health. You don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. And you are only relying or depending on one income. What if that income stops today? What will you do? What are your plans? Your landlord will not tell you because you are not working, it's okay for you to stay in a house or in a flat or whatever and not pay. I live in the UK, and we in the diaspora, we know how these things work. You set up the direct debit. The agency that you've registered with will take their money. Your landlord will take his money, whether you are working or not. So if you keep piling that money up, maybe you don't have it at that particular moment, and you keep piling that money up, think about the stress involved. That is why it's very, very important to have a backup plan. That is why we are talking about it today, why we need additional income. It is very important for you to be able to have something to rely on in case of any eventuality, in case something happened along the way. It's just like you are driving a car. Once you get a car, you know, I might be driving and a tire will burst. I might be driving and petrol will short. I have to buy a petrol. I might be driving, something can come up. So once you are driving, you again put something aside in case something happened. But most of us in the diaspora, because we are busy working up and down, packing up the shifts, going here and there, running up and down. Sometimes you don't even have time for ourselves. We don't even have time for our children, not to talk of thinking about what is going to happen tomorrow if you are not able to come out of your own door. So we wait till the last minute. Then stress sets in. You have no one to turn to. You have no one to run to. This is the time for you to have a backup plan. This is the time for you to do something. I decided this is not what I want, because if anything should happen today, I have my mom, I have my dad, I have siblings, I have nephews and nieces who are looking up to me. So I have to do something, because I can't stay like this. And that's when I jumped on this business. Now I'm okay. Why? Because I know I have a backup plan. I know I have something to rely on. Tomorrow, if I had to retire today, I know I have something to hold on to. So my stress level will not go up the roof, but rather it will come down. I don't want to talk much. I'll leave the rest for my children.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. That side, that open. Another aspect of the discussion that you just brought in. I'm going to quickly move to Sister Salome to also give us a take on this issue. Why we need additional income in our lives as mothers, as parents. Why do you specifically need additional income?
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother, for this great opportunity you give to me. You know, our audience, a lot much have been said, and if you are taking notes, I'm sure by now you will be already making your decision how to start up your own business. You know, I'm gonna direct this topic directly to myself and my experience. You know, for me, creating an additional income wasn't about getting rich. It wasn't about that. It was about giving my family more security, reducing financial pressure under my shoulder, and creating choices. I wanted something that could grow alongside, you know, my job and help me build a better future without sacrificing the people I love. Because living in abroad, like my sister says, is not easy. I myself, I have a pensioner husband at home. In fact, I've already tested it, because people used to say, when you wear your own shoes, you know where it pains you most. I'm talking like with experience. Having a grown-up children that needs, their needs sometimes can be crazy. You know what I mean? So for over 2 decades, I depended only on my source of income from my healthcare workers, you know, the one I'm doing. Was it good? Yes, but it wasn't enough. I use it to pay bills. But I wanted financial freedom. I wanted that freedom when I want to travel, when I want to decide something quality to do with my family. I can just do it with heartbeat without looking for where to lend for financial help, or not to go to the bank. You know what I mean? You know, when you have multiple children, like my coach, Coach Vera had 6 children. I have 4 children. When we want to travel with family, for everybody that have more than 2 children, even 1 child, is not easy. So that kind of freedom is what I want for my family and for myself. And that kind of financial security to book the kind of hotel I want. I don't want to squat in one hotel with my children. At least nice one, 5-star hotel. I can do it, right? So all these things are the things I have. When I thought of it, I thought of my children, a greater freedom, and that's the reason why I chose additional income. When I started this business, my husband was not yet in pension, but now he is. At least I have hope and future that there is a backup plan, something backing me up, even when my husband cannot stress himself to, to meet my needs and the kids' needs. That's why in this generation now, not only the fathers train the children and help family financially. That's why the women are coming up, start to do something so that they can help their spouse, while their spouse will, catching a little bit break for themselves. So the question now is not about, we are here to spread this message to you. We have already started our journey. Most of us are reaping it. As you can see, we celebrate another coach today, Coach Dorings. You see, and maybe who knows who another person we are going to celebrate. We are going to celebrate it. As we are growing up, our income, the things we get from this business are growing and multiplying with us. You see what I mean? So that's why we chose this path. And I'm there encouraging every mom, not only mom, fathers. If you are 18 years old, it's time to start building something you can call your own. The question is no longer about us because we are here spreading the news. The question is, what about you? Have you ever wished the same for yourself and your family? Do you have siblings at home like my sister Sheila? Do you still have your family alive? My dad is late, but I still have my mom that depends on me. You see, another reason why this business is working for me. So now find your own reason and join this path and see what it could do for you in the less than 5 years or in the next 3, 4, 5 years. Thank you so much. I give it back to you, brother.
Thank you very much, Sister Salome. She hammered it. So see, the box is gradually getting filled up, and Sister Salome just put the nail now. We are going to call on Sister Doris, Coach Doris. Before I bring you in, let me just quickly say like this. You see, somebody talked about the children, the family. Somebody talked about a pension. Another person talked about already seeing the future, having a taste and feel of the future. Sister Salome just broke that down. For all of us here now, none of us are in the pension age. And unlike Sister Salome, she already see what it's going to look like in the future. And then she see the need. That is the need, the reason why she actually pushed through and is pushing through this business, because she knows that with the pensions coming in and the side hustle and additional income, then everything is taken care of. Future is bright, like we used to say when I was in the comedy world. Sister Doris, what is your take about this? Or if possible, if you can look at it from the side of children, what is your take about this?
Thank you so much, Bro Mike, for this opportunity I've given to me again. For me, you see, as a stay-at-home mom, you can imagine a family of 5, depending on one source of income. What would result? We have family of 5 here. We have my family back home. We have my husband's family as well. And we are depending on one source of income. And every day, life is becoming more expensive. Depending on this one source of income, what will happen if tomorrow my husband's job stops? You can imagine what will happen to us. That is why I said I need an extra income. And when this opportunity came, I did not even take it with one hand. I grabbed it with 2 hands. Why? Because this an extra income will give me financial security and peace of mind, knowing that I have something that I can fall back at, and I have something that I call my own that nobody can stop, unless if I decide to stop. But don't forget that the job you're doing is not your own. Your boss might just wake up one morning and tell you that they don't need your service anymore. So having an extra income is not just about earning extra money. For me, it's about creating more choice, more stability, and more freedom. Why do I say freedom? Freedom to take my children anywhere they want to go. Freedom to travel around freedom to book a flight anytime I want to travel. If anytime I want to go back to Nigeria, we all know how expensive a flight ticket is. Anytime I want to travel, I will not even look at my pocket. I will just go straight away and book the ticket. Why? Because I have something that is giving me extra income. You see, this business that we talk about every day, a lot of people started this as a side hustle. Now, this business has now turned to their main source of income. Why did they decide to stop their business? When you find out that what you're going to be earning at the end of the month, you're earning it in 1 day or 2 days. Nobody likes to suffer. And you see your business partners traveling all over the world with their children. What will you do if your source of income stops tomorrow? What will happen to your children? What will happen to your family? For me, this extra income will help me to plan for my future. It will help me to save for future. And it will also cover my pension plan. I don't need to think about that. What will happen? You see, Sister Salome gave us an example of what is happening already. So that is why I said it will give me peace of mind, knowing that my pension is already covered. So I don't know what you're waiting for. I believe consider building this additional income stream through this our business. It doesn't matter your profession. It doesn't matter your current job. You can build it alongside with your job. We're not telling you to just start and fly tomorrow. We are telling you to come in and have a look. Build it alongside with your main job. Because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. So think about it. Because this business that we are talking about is not just getting an extra income, as I said. It will help you to build your mindset, to shift your mindset from fixed mindset to growing mindset. It will also help you to learn new skills that will open up for another multiple source of income. So what are you waiting for? Step out of your comfort zone and give this business a try. And you will thank yourself for doing that. Thank you so much. I hand back over to you, Bro Mike.
Thank you very much, Coach Doris. In fact, this is the reason why you are a business coach, because it's like you were seeing into the future, knowing what I'm going to speak about next. You see, we'll be talking about this topic, viewers. There you have it. This is the topic. But then, even though we understand that everybody needs an additional source of income, everybody needs extra income, I doubt if there's anybody in this world, even the richest man in the world, if you tell him this is a business opportunity, they will say, no, I don't want that. Even though that business is not as much as what they already have, they will still ask, what is it about? Because everybody needs some more. Now, we are speaking about the need for additional source of income, but why are we here really? What are we? Who are we? We are digital business owners, we are individual business owners, and we have a peculiar business model that actually enables you to combine an additional source of income to your regular 9 to 5 if you have one. And if you don't have, or so many of us, like Coach Vera, has resigned, or like we say, retired at a very young age, to focus mainly on this business because it actually fulfilled the need that she was getting in both a permanent job and the extra she was signing with the agency. Now, what are we talking about? I'm going to quickly call on Coach Vera and probably Coach Doris to just briefly talk about the business model we are presenting. We understand that there are things that look like us out there, but we have something that is unique and is special. Coach Vera, please.
Thank you very much, Brother Esosa, Brother Mike. We we know, like you just said, a lot of people have these digital businesses out there. In fact, I was looking at one and they called it digital business, and I was like, God, oh my God, somebody will actually just click on this. And when I talk about my own digital business, they'll probably want to generalize it as one. Okay, so this is what our business actually entails. Okay, we are affiliate business owners. Okay, with real business. Okay, in the end of it. But the reason that we are doing it digitally is because we want to reach out to you. There is no way we can actually reach out to you if we don't come to the digital space. All right. For example, I'm living in Ireland. I'm living in one village in Ireland, right? I can only physically reach a handful of people here, okay, to discuss this opportunity with them. But I'm able to reach on your screen right now. Are you living in Australia? Are you living in the US? Are you living in Nigeria? Are you living in any part of the world? You are able to see me right now and, know this business because of the way it is set up, okay? So these are the perks of our business. One, you are going to have a coach and a mentor for the rest of your life. I am talking about from now till you master. Even when you master, you still have that your coach, right, to support you. You have that your mentor, to support you. Then number two, you have a training that is comprehensive that I usually tell people, even a primary 5 pupil can be able to take this business and establish it, because it's just step-by-step video-based, right? And apart from that, you have a community, right, worldwide. When you come into the business, trust me, you're going to see either your brother, your sister, your uncle, your tribesman, your old school mate in the business. Don't be surprised. Because I've seen a lot of people like that, okay, in the business. I saw mine as well, okay? And, of course, when you establish your business, right, you are going to be getting a website, okay, to run the business. As you can see on the screen, we all have our website, okay? And a lot of us don't know all those jargons when it comes to SEO 101 and all those technical things that you have to do when you are, when you own a website, or if you decide to pay somebody to do it for you. This website is completely free, okay, when you actually open the business with us, okay? And another thing is that when you have this website, you are not going to manage it by yourself. Should there be anything that needs to be updated, the system at the back does that for us 100% free, because you are in the community. And one thing that I love about this business, I live right now in the Republic of Ireland, and to the glory of God, I'm nearing my my midlife, right? And I remember when I came to Ireland some few years ago, I didn't see any need to even go back to Nigeria to do anything, because I felt, oh, my family is established here. But I tell you, now my children are asking me questions and I do not even have answers to these questions. So the best thing I can actually do is to bring them back to the root to see where they're from. Okay, and if they decide to go there and they find it enticing, they want to stay, right? I don't have any other option than to stay with them. And what does that, how does this business actually help me? Because we're actually global, I can take this business from here right now to Nigeria and still be earning in euro. Okay. And another thing I love about this business, this afternoon I received a very nasty comment on one of my ads. And I just laughed and I felt so sorry for that individual, because I could see that this person is actually living, but is long gone. Do you understand? So I wasn't going to say anything to this individual that would just make them go and, maybe jump from whatever. So I just said to myself, you know what? I feel so sorry. To be very honest, genuinely felt very sorry for this individual. Because he saw that it was a black person that was on the screen, and then this business is a black man. But this business is actually owned by white people, right? The only thing is that it didn't get to us on time. It was established 52 years ago. It got to us, for me, I only found it 2019, right? In fact, people that actually established this digital business system, they are Canadians. So, and of course, they're men, all right? So it's not a woman's business, right? So this business can be taken anywhere. I've seen a lot of people who have been very successful at, other digital business or digital networking, marketing. And then they will tell you, oh, I used to be very successful with that, but when I moved, the business stopped. Ours is not like that. The business comes with you everywhere you go. Right? And you don't even need to transfer if you don't want to. You can even transfer it to the country so that it will begin to earn in that currency. But for me, I chose euro, right? Because I know when Naira becomes 1 Naira to 1 euro, I can decide to transfer it to Nigeria and then leave it on Naira. But for now, I'm leaving it on euro, okay? Then what I love about this business, again, one of the very good aspects, when I talked about the peace of mind, or when Sister Doris mentioned about peace of mind, But when she talked about the future, I know if I wasn't in the business, I would be asking these questions. What do you mean? What are you talking about? A future? Who knows the future anyway? Why are you so sure that this one will actually stay? We have been in business for 52 years, okay, which is one. Then number two, the business is designed in such a way that even if I'm not here, for example, God forbid, I get to 100 years and I can no longer remember anything, right? My children can actually take over the business. And even if I'm not here at all, right, that is the pension, that's the peace of mind that they can actually have the business. Even when you come in, when you're signing your contract, you see, the Q&A, you will see where they would, FAQ rather, you see where they actually put that you can transfer the business to somebody that is related to you, or somebody that, that you actually put there to be your next of kin. So this is to show you that the business is actually built with future in mind. And the business is not going anywhere, at least not in our own lifetime. But I'm not talking about our own children's lifetime, which, of course, we know they're going to still enjoy it, though, because the plan that is in place, you need to come in and say it. It is actually fantastic. And there is, no matter how much you spend to establish your business, no matter how much expenses you spend in your business, right? In this particular business, there is no losses in it, because there are so many things that is involved in a business that it is as if you are having your cake, you have your cake, you're eating it, and you're still having it in your hand. That's how I can actually explain it. So there's so many things that we can actually diverse to you right now, but because of time, guys, we hope that, these little things that we have shared with you, I've been able to, at least encourage you to have a look at it. And I will pass this opportunity to Sister Dory to talk about how to join the business.
Oh, thank you so much, Coach. Yeah, so if you want to join the business, all you need to do is look at our screen there. You can see our faces shining. Choose any of us that you like to work with. We have Mike here. This is his website. And we have Coach Vera. Her website is there as well. See her website. And we have Sister Doris, and we have Sister Sheila and Sister Salome. Choose any of us that you like to work with. Register your name and your email address on our website, and we are going to send you a free webinar to watch. Watch the webinar. The webinar will tell you a little bit about this business. After watching the webinar and you think, oh, that you want to go ahead, that is when you pay $149. It is refundable. Once you pay the $149, what Coach Vera said, you will be assigned to a coach and a mentor for life, and you have access to our business community. You have access to our business model. You watch the pre-coaching videos. If you change your mind, you don't want to go ahead after paying the $149, no problem. Just let us know, and we're going to refund you your $149 back. But after watching the pre-coaching videos, you think, oh, this business is for me. That is when you book a coaching call, when you have one-on-one chat with your coach. Based on what you want, she will be able to advise you on the best way to start. You see, you have nothing to lose. You will gain more self. Even if you want to leave, you will gain more. So the ball is in your court. Make your choice now that there is still sunshine. When it's dark, you won't be able to see road to make that choice. This is the best time for you to make your choice. Thank you so much. I hand back over to you, Bro Mike.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, viewers, and thank you for being patient with us. We have taken a little bit longer than we usually do, but I believe that this was a very good topic, and the information that we passed out today is useful, even if it's not sprouting fast right now, but at least it will gain some traction in you. You've heard us, you've listened to us, or probably you're going to listen to us later. Not much to say, rather than to leave you with this, that everybody needs an additional source of income. And everybody needs something to get it going and someone to lean on. We are here for you when that time is right, when you decide to take the leap of faith. And until we come your way one more time next week, say have a blessed week, and bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.